Good morning to the Monday morning inspiration for the joy of creation and the magic of art, creativity, and play. So this is Bettina. Hello, and I have with me Cindy Martin. So we are actually broadcasting not only from my studio, but also from an amazing class that is today, day 4. All right, so today's theme is the ease and magic of trusting you. Now, what does this even mean, right? Trusting you. I want to read a quick quote. So let me get these funny glasses here, and then I'm going to read this quote. Steve Jobs said, "Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice." And I just came across this quote yesterday, and I thought it is brilliant. So, like, what actually occurs when we allow others' opinions to drown and suppress our own inner voice? Are we then trusting ourselves?
No trusting.
Yeah.
Limiting.
Yeah. And do we then, gosh, I'm so hot here, it's so hot. It's a really hot and humid day in Wisconsin. It's beautiful. We had all these nice rains. So anyway, when we make other people's opinions so much more valuable than what we know, we are not trusting ourselves. And so we have been talking a lot about this in this amazing class. And so what does all of this have to do with creativity? The joy of creation, right? What do you know about the joy of creation? Can you tell us a little bit more about you, Cindy? I've been knowing you for years, and I know that you do a lot of cool stuff. I know about you also that you are a very joyful being, and you love color, and you are also using color as a way of inspiring people into a different possibility. Now, what does this have to do with trusting you? Are you trusting you?
Yes, I'm trusting me to wear the brightest color ever, to get people out of their mind, out of their conclusion and limitation of what they can't be.
And do you have a story for us, what that created for you?
I do have a story.
Woohoo! Story!
A few years ago in Tomahawk, there was a Pop's Feed Mill, and I went to get my dog food, and I'm standing in line with my usual tie-dye, colorful, fun stuff. And there was an elderly gentleman next to me who looked up at me and says, "Why do you wear all those ridiculous colors?" I says, "Well, to make people smile, whatever." Crossed his arms, left. The next day in the same town in Tomahawk, across the parking lot at Nelson's Market, he's waving, "Hi!" So I thought, wow, that really was a contribution to his life, to see that there's other possibilities to smile for no reason.
Wow, yeah. And what inspiration can we actually be for others? Like you being the joyful and colorful you, and also like choosing even what you are wearing, your garment, the way you are combining things. Like, how much is your body also a contribution to all of that?
I ask my body
Do you?
Every day.
Do you ask questions?
I know. Isn't that something? Who would have even thought? Body, what would you like to wear today?
Oh,
every day.
And so then what?
And then it just gets lighter and lighter, going through the clothes.
You just go through your closet and you just pick and choose.
Yeah.
Wow. And what does this have to do with trusting you? And not giving your power away to other people's opinions.
Yes, I dress hysterical because it's joyful for me. It's joyful for my body, and other people's points of view and judgment about that, it's not significant. It doesn't matter.
Yesterday you were wearing Wonder Woman shirt,
yes.
Right? And I loved it. My body said, I want to have that too. I want a Wonder Woman shirt. Right?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's not limiting my age or what I should be wearing, black and gray and white. I'm
age appropriate.
Yes, age appropriate business attire. No, that's not joyful for me at all.
Okay, that. Did you all hear this? She said, it's not joyful for me. Like, what if you make your joy priority? Like, what if you go for that as your true north and not like what other people say? You know, a friend was asking me, well, how do I do this not to pay so much attention? I find it funny how this bar here from my easel is like coming out of my head. It's not a knife, don't worry, I don't have a knife in my head. Like, how do I even do this? How do I get to this place of not making other people's opinions and what they think about me, what they say about me? How do I make this not so real and so valuable? How can I even come to this place of finding what works for me and trusting me? So this is Sandy. Sandy Lutsky, who is joining us here also today. Hi, Sandy. Good morning to the Monday Morning Inspiration. So today's theme is the ease and magic and also the joy of trusting you. How do we even get there? So, Sandy, what do you know about, the joy of creation? And then also, what is it for you trusting you? I just read an amazing quote from Steve Jobs, who was the founder and creator of Apple, like big company, big corp, CEO. And one thing that he said was, don't give away. How did he say it? He said it so beautifully. So I'm going to read it for you again. So you also heard it. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And I found this so beautiful. So I picked it sort of as a quote for us today. So what is that for you, trusting you? And what does this have to do with the joy of creation? Did you always have trust in you?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, none of us had,
Not
right?
a lot. No. And I guess, really a lot of it is when you're not trusting yourself, you just don't feel like you fit in anywhere. And then you try to make yourself fit in, and it just contracts you, and you don't believe in yourself anymore. And what I've been learning with all of the access tools is just to trust and to continue to ask question. And
she said it too, ask questions. She's asking questions.
Yes.
You mean not coming to any conclusion, right? What is this?
Exactly.
Like, even what is this? Asking questions. What is this even? We have not learned to ask questions. And on the Monday Morning Inspiration, if you have listened to this before, and maybe you listen to this in the future, hello everybody in the future. We are talking with you. like we don't learn to ask questions. What we learn in this reality is having answers. And like what Sandy said, this was so beautiful. How many of you are looking outside of you, like what is right, what is wrong, what do others desire of me, what do they require? And so as soon as somebody says something, like the gentleman in the store who said, why are you wearing these clothes, right, these colorful rainbow clothes, like, as how easy could it be, and how easy is it for all of you to cut off that you that loves these colors and go for mainstream, go for, the whatever the center of the bell jar is in statistics. It's what everybody else is choosing. And then all of a sudden you find you get depressed, you get sad. And what is this? What if this sadness is also not wrong, but you're knowing that actually something different would work for you? Now, how have the two of you gotten to trusting you? Like, is there one tool? We call it tools in Access Consciousness, amazing tools. So go check it out at www.accessconsciousness.com. if you are curious about that. But what is like maybe one thing that really worked for you?
How does it get any better than this?
How does it get any better than this?
So
So
if
when
you're having
somebody
a bad day, if you're having a good day,
so when
when you-
somebody says something like the gentleman did, like you just say then, how does it get
any better than this?
and then like
Then there's no conclusion. There's no.
do you have then to find something that gets better than this and have an answer, or like do you just ask the question?
Just ask the question, see what happens. I know.
Wow, cool. So guys, just ask this question: how does it get any better than this? With everything, right? The good, the bad, the ugly.
Yes, everything.
And see what it changes in your reality. And what is one tool that you really love and that you use, and something that has also contributed to you?
I notice for myself, I create a lot into the future. And so when people put me down for my ideas, and later on, I actually see, oh my gosh, I created something futuristically, but nobody could see it today. So it's the interesting point of view. They have that point of view, and just allow that trusting, that awareness that I know.
That, yes. Did you hear what she said? Trusting the awareness that I know, trusting your knowing, trusting your inspiration, and not allow anybody to smother it, to suppress it, to destroy it, right? Have you noticed in this reality, pretty much everything is about the impossibility. No, it's not possible. Like, and here we talk about the joy of creation and the magic of art, creativity, and play. Like the playfulness of your colors, the playfulness of your great ideas that reach so far into the future, and how many of you amazingly creative beings reach so far into the future that you actually have never really like gotten it, like you know, like wow, really. And so what if you start asking questions and using tools? Like, interesting point of view, they have this point of view, do you do it this way? Interesting.
Yes.
And then what?
And then leave it.
You don't analyze it?
No.
Okay.
No.
You just say it. And then you say it once, and you say it twice, or maybe 3 times,
or maybe more.
How often do they have to say it? Tell them.
Even on the way here, driving. It's like, oh, yesterday especially, I'm like, Sunday drivers. I'm like, oh, interesting point of view. I have that point of view. And I was saying that until all of a sudden there is nothing. And there's no charge. It's like, okay, breathe. It's okay.
Yeah.
But then what happens too is all of a sudden they start turning off.
Yeah.
And I'm
you
like,
mean magic?
Yeah.
So what if magic is not that just the potions and the curses and the like whatever ghostbusters or something, but what if magic is actually where you have the ease of creating what you desire to create, and what you came here to create, what you know is possible? And what if you never give that up? This world is like made of impossibility, so people will judge you, they criticize you, and in the art world even, like, there's this critique, which is all judgment. You don't do it right, so you are not successful or whatever. So I know the two of you have created businesses, right? You are contributing to people to create more ease with change, more ease with being here. So how did you get there?
Asking the questions. Yeah, asking the questions. Not going to conclusion when you have an idea. When everybody will say, that's impossible. You can't do that. Who do you think you are? How does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? And it will create expansion, and awarenesses will come up, and you're just always delighted. Yeah.
Wow, that is so cool. Just keep asking questions. Never stop, actually.
No.
And never give up. Never give up. Never give up. Because, you know, the one thing that is really always amazing me is when we are really choosing to change something and saying, you know, this is enough. And we watched last night this amazing class, The Taste of Being Miraculous, with Dr. Dane here. When you make this choice, this is enough, that you know, I'm changing this, and you do this with this ease and the lightness, I'm changing this. What may occur is that all the limitations, all these roadblocks that you have set up will show up. And so what if you never conclude, oh, it's not working or something like that? How easy could that be? You know, you ask always, how does it get any better than this? And you do interesting point of view. I have this point of view. And then things don't quite show up the way. It doesn't get like easier right away, or it gets easier. And then all of a sudden it's like, oops, there's this thing again. So now what? Like, how easy could it be to crawl into this rabbit hole, right? To give up, to quit. But what if you don't? Like Steve Jobs also didn't give up, right? He did. Like, what if, like, it is a fantasy to think that artists or entrepreneurs or these great creators or Michelangelo or so, they had it figured out and they had this great, amazing life and all was like fluffy and beautiful. Is this actually all true?
No.
Yeah, and it's part of this is just in the knowing. Like, you make your choice, and even though other people are telling you no, you can't do it, it's when you really know, when you're trusting your gut, and when you trust your gut, the universe always has your back.
Yes. So one really amazing question you could then ask could be, what do I know here? What do I know here? What do I know is possible? And that, like, what do I know? And you trust that, because this thing is really, you know, I always quote Goethe because it's such a beautiful quote. He said, when you can dream it, you can do it. It's like when you know something is possible, even if the entire world says no, like being in some garage and putting together computers or something, right? And we know all these stories, like where everybody will say it's impossible, or selling bottled water where you can drink water out of the faucet. Like, why would anybody sell bottled water? So I know somebody, it's Joelle, who created this bottling water company when nobody was even like considering buying bottled water, right? But what do you know is possible? And then trust that. And how can I create it? What's it going to take to bring this into the world? And it's the same with paintings. Like, you know, it's an illusion to think that we will know exactly what it's going to be, right? Did you know years ago the businesses that you would create?
No.
What is your business?
Business.
What do you do? I just wanted these guys to actually say, like, I'm doing all this yummy stuff.
In 2014, I realized that the only time I saw light workers, healers, friends, or whatever was in the UP once a year.
What's the UP? Because there might be people in China who are watching this later.
It's Upper Michigan. And so I thought, well,
the Upper Peninsula, right?
Of Michigan.
Yes. Okay. In the United States.
And so I thought, I only see these people one time a year, and I thought, well, I wonder if I would create expos in the wintertime, if they would come. And so I did. I created it, and now it's been 4 years, and we have 60 plus healers, vendors that come to the expos, and it's amazing. There's a lot of fun stuff going on there, and and using the Access tools. I wonder if I create this, will anyone come? And it does. It's well attended. And then with that, last year I thought, okay, universe, what else can I create? What else can I do? And I have this awareness of women and allowing them to stand in their own power, to be who they be. And so the Women's Warrior Weekends created that. And we've got 3 this year.
And is still one coming up or 2?
Yeah, July 20th. And October, you can see the website at northwoodshealthandwellness.org. And it's in nature. You're staying in cabins. We teach multiple yoga classes, warrior classes, offer Access consciousness bars, Thai massage, all kinds of interesting things. Feed the girls foods that they haven't ever tried, more vegan style, so their bodies would get a taste of that. And it's tremendous. The change in the women are tremendous, and I love it. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. The Women Warrior Weekend. Wow, how awesome is that? Yeah, what if women are actually the warriors that are creating the future? I heard somebody say that. And it's like, wow, what do you all know about this? So here, find the website, and I posted underneath also then in the video. So tell us about you, Sandy. What is your business, and what is your gift to the world?
So I have a full service salon and day spa. What I am doing right now is starting to create classes that I would like to put into businesses. So then that way people are able to be less stressed when they're at work. They'll be able to focus a lot more, maybe not taking home some of that stress, but then too, a lot of times we have like where we do judge ourselves, we doubt ourselves on so many different levels. So this is a program on self-worth, self-value, to really assist with your confidence and
trusting you, right?
And your knowing, yep, and to get those awarenesses. And we all know a lot of times these our self-doubt starts when we're young, when we're children. And so my son and I are putting together something, a spin off of that, but where children can understand it, so they can start focusing on themselves and know that they are great people and that they can do anything, and just help them be aware also and trusting in themselves, because there's just so much that's going on right now with our world that I would just love to help change.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. And where do people find you? Do you have a website? Or maybe an email or something?
I'm working on that. There's a Facebook group that I believe she just put out there. It's called Imagine. And that's
Imagine.
IMAGINE.
Okay.
And so yes, and otherwise I do have an email that is bnsdayspa@gmail.com.
Woohoo! Where are you?
Cool. Where are you located?
In Plymouth, Wisconsin.
And you?
Tomahawk, Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Wow. Wow. How did we get so lucky? How did I get so lucky today to have these two here with me today? And what contribution can we be to you all in the world? And so what joy of creation is possible when we don't make other people more valuable, we don't give our creation capacities and talents away and discard them and destroy them. But what do you know is possible, no matter what age you are, no matter where you are living, where you are on the planet, or maybe not on the planet, somewhere else, what do you know is possible? And you know, keep creating, never give up, and never quit.
Never
right?
give in.
Yes, never give in to the BS of this reality. And with that, I say bye-bye to the next Monday morning inspiration. Have a great week. Bye.
Bye.